This is Shadow with
Trueno.
and we are in Raw Pain Down. Welcome to our first podcast, and our topic today is what album changed your life? Al, how you doing, man?
Good, brother. How you been?
Well, what do we got going on tonight?
We got a big show coming up tonight at Dingbats in New Jersey, one of our favorite venues to play in.
It's awesome. Let me tell you, man. There's an all ages show there, which is unbelievable. Because when I was a kid, if I had access to a place like that, it would have been heaven. Like to go see bands as a kid, guitar players, singers, whatever. And the sound is really great there. I mean, I love the sound. What do you love about Dingbats?
To me, you just what you mentioned. It's like a good venue to just go watch a band because the acoustics and the atmosphere. We used to have, when I was younger, we had places like that in New York City that no longer exist. But this place is almost like a throwback, So, has that vibe.
Can you remember the name of a place?
L'Amour's, of course. Oh. The place I used to live in.
That's in Brooklyn, right?
L'Amour's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It was the rock capital of the United States at one point. Yeah, Iron Maiden played there.
There's a documentary.
Metallica played there, absolutely. Some of the biggest names in metal today got their start. What bands used to do, they used to actually do a warm-up show there before they went on world tours. But anyways,
was that an all-ages place, or you had to be 21?
No, it wasn't all ages because I used to go there. I used to sneak out. I used to sneak out and go there when I was 14 and 15. So
man,
you just couldn't drink,
If that's what it was, because some people see bands or hear a song on the radio, or on TV, like the Beatles. People would see the Beatles. What did it for you?
For me, it has to be Van Halen's debut album, which was Van Halen, Van Halen. Is everything about that album to this day? It's everybody's favorite. Just the mastery of the album itself. With the drums, with the guitar, of course.
Let's let everybody know you are the drummer.
I am the drummer, by the way.
Yeah, we forgot. I'm the singer. I'm the vocals.
Exactly.
And the drums.
Alex Van Halen is one of my idols. Yeah. I wish I could play like him someday.
Yeah.
But it's but just this album. You talk about every song on this album. It's just the composition, the melody, Eddie Van Halen's genius.
Yeah.
To me, that just changed everything. And the biggest surprise for me in this album is the first time I heard it. For an album that was released in 1978, how heavy it was.
Yeah.
You see bands of that same era. I'm a big classic rock guy.
Okay.
Bands of that same era, everybody was doing classic. Nobody was doing metal like this.
Yeah.
Especially heavy metal.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like one of the amazing things about it. Yeah. Besides from the mastery of it. But for me, that changed everything.
Yeah.
To this day,
I mean, that guitar sound was like you probably did a double take.
You did a double take. Eruption.
Yeah.
To this day, everybody does Eruption.
Yeah.
There's so many. Google Eruption cover on YouTube. You're going to get 1 million hits.
Yeah.
Because to this day, this kid's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it never went out of style. The guitar sound is out of this world.
Yeah. I mean, there were amazing guitar players.
Right.
Like, what's his name that did Frankenstein? Edgar Winter.
Edgar Winter.
There was many, like Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
That was him. The
sound,
sonic effect that the studio got and the engine, how they did it was like, and the energy of it being like live.
Absolutely.
Feeling. It wasn't sounding like studio guys.
Exactly. It sounds like a live. What we strive to do. We strive. Our album was recorded in a live setting.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So you're right. It's more like you had a show.
Yeah.
Listening to this album, just the production of it, like you mentioned.
Yeah. And David Lee Roth sounded freaking amazing.
Crazy. I mean he would hit those highs. On the screams.
What? It was like, where is this? Is from? This was out of world. But for me, can I jump in now?
No, absolutely.
Okay. So, because you would think I was going to hear Van Halen first because I was your age, at the time. But for me, it was when I was at a birthday party in middle school, not at the school, but at one of my friends' house, and the party was winding down. He's like, "Dude, come on! I know you like music." And we went into his room. He's like, have you heard this? And he had an 8-track
Wow.
of Diary of a Madman.
Wow.
And I was like, you know, the cover's on it, and I looked at it, but then he put it in the machine or whatever, and then I heard it. And that was so heavy. I mean, I was like, because I don't even think I heard Blizzard of Oz yet. I don't think I heard I Don't Know or Crazy Train yet. It didn't occur to me to look out for that or listen for that yet on the radio. And then that right there, it was like a lightning bolt in a bottle. I was like, Randy Rhoads. I got to find out who this guy is. So it was Diary of a Madman.
Diary of a Madman.
And then the rest of the album, I heard like the actual title track, Diary of a Madman. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll, which is one of my favorite. The lyrics on there are so. They're very political to me. They sound, you know, a little bit. I can take it that way, like at that moment. And that's when I discovered Randy Rhoads, and I was like, "This guy's amazing."
It's funny. Sorry to butt in, but that's when I discovered Tommy Aldridge, also one of the greatest heavy metal drummers ever, all time.
Then I started hearing Van Halen, because that's when I started listening to the radio more, the heavy rock. I think it was like WPLR or something.
WPLR.
And, yeah, you know that one. So anyway, that was it. Diary of a Madman, for me, it struck a chord. It was like that was it, and I just went into guitar full time. I was in middle school. Van Halen, the first Van Halen.
First Van Halen, I was like, 7 years old, but it wasn't. 78. I didn't get into metal until high school. I started out, as a classic rock guy, and just listening to but so it was in high school. It was many years later, and that's the first Van Halen album that I listened to.
Tremendous. I have it up there, too.
Exactly.
I got that one, and I got the Diary of a Madman here.
And to me, the mark of a great album is that you never get tired of it.
Yeah.
And to this day, I listen to it on a regular basis. I never get tired of it. And on top of it, it's an album that every song is awesome.
Yeah.
How many times you pick up an album, and you could listen to every song without skipping? I have albums. I'm not going to mention names. Yeah. Some bands... There's 2 songs I like. There's 3 songs I like. I'm skipping over the rest.
All right. Well, I totally hear you on that. So listen, you out there, if you haven't listened to Diary of a Madman ever, or first Van Halen, which I really would be shocked that you didn't if you're following us. Listen, we got to get ready for our show. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next podcast. I'll probably have Ray, the guitar player, here, and we'll talk about his favorite record or whatever record that did it for him. All right, Al, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you later. Good job.